there you see Ruben Zaus and Sam Guerin, front row of that Andrews Products Bagger GP class, and we are off and rolling. Look at the start from the 111.
Yeah, Ruben making short work. Sam, I want to see this battle between Sam and Ruben really take shape. I talked to Sam and the OG Moto team. They want to make it happen this weekend. Today's their day. They had a few gearbox issues yesterday. They got it sorted out overnight. Sam wants to challenge for the win.
Oh, and look at this heartbreak right now. Jesse Janis not rolling. Looks like they're having problems with that machine.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They've been really challenged with that turbo setup. They're still trying to develop it and get it working, and it's unfortunate to see that. Hopefully Jesse can get out and at least get some laps under his belt.
Man, and that's tough to see, too. He was really pushing the pace yesterday, getting up in the mix and battling with Sam Guerin. You talked about it yesterday. We heard maybe a little bit of mechanical issues as well. What do you think Sam's going to have to work on, as it does now look like Jesse's got that machine up and running and trying to enter the track?
Yeah, sounds like they might still be having some issues out there as Ruben is still there. Sam keeping touch with him. Sam's been running some fast pace speeds. I was watching lap times earlier. Sam had some good lap times. And also Cody Gilmore, he was running some very, very fast times, and he could get up there and challenge it with Sam even too.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to watch what Cody Gilmore is able to do, and also able to line up with this race. Obviously, we've got the Andrews Products Bagger GP, the Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger, but the top three finishers from our Super Street class are able to get up and line up with this class as well. So be interesting to see whether they're able to get up in the mix as we see our leaders come by the start-finish line.
Yeah, it looks like Ruben and Sam still out front. Cody not too far behind. It looks like one of our podium finishers from yesterday's Pro Stock class, Arnie Wells, had to start from pit row. He must have missed the parade lap or the siding lap, and had to start from pit row. Couldn't grid with the field, where Arnie's going to have to put a charge and try and march forward. With the Super Street guys also lining up, it's just that many more passes that Arnie will have to make to try and get all the way up onto the podium today.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to see for sure, especially if he's going to try to track down Cody Gilmore, who has looked flawless so far this weekend. We're continuing to watch Sam Guerin chase down Ruben Zaus. He's doing a good job of keeping him in base so far. We've seen Zaus way further out front than this before so far in the season. Guerin, though, looks to be feeling good on that machine.
Yeah, the original Garage Moto team, they've continued to develop that motorcycle. That motorcycle's, it's come a long ways in a couple of years. And to be running up here with Ruben Zaus really says a lot about their team and their program and all the work that they've put into the motorcycle. It's a great team, a great bunch of guys, and hopefully Sam can reel in Ruben and battle for a win. I know that team would be over the moon to go out there and beat Ruben.
And Clay, you can see Sam's bike bouncing all over the place. He's clearly pushing the limits, but it looks like Zaus is just ever so slightly itching away. What do you think he can try to do to try to get back into this fight?
I mean, I think Sam's sitting in a good spot. I mean, we still have a couple laps left. He can still reel him in. I think what Sam's doing right now is pretty smart. He's keeping him arm's length away. Obviously, Ruben is a weapon. He's someone to mess with. As he keeps his foot out in almost every turn because he's heavy braking and everything. He's just magical with the bike. So at least Sam being in the same straight as him, he can at least get a draft off him and pick a line and hopefully make a move, a couple laps down.
Now, do you think whether it happens today or even maybe sometime later in the 2024 season, do you think we start to see Tony Salima, Sam Guerin, do we start to see the leg come off for more of these riders as they're finding ways to push into these corners?
100%. I was just actually looking out the window right now. I seen Cody Gilmore actually get into the stack of the Bagger GP, and he's in the Pro Stock race, but he's still pushing his limits too, and that comes with the Bagger telling you what to do. I mean, as long as you're pushing it that hard, the bike will move, and I mean, Ruben's a testament to it. I mean, even Cody. So I would love to see more of it for sure.
Yeah, and Tony, that's something that you've talked about all weekend long. The learning aspect of this sport is now we see the leader of your Pirelli Pro Stock class, Cody Gilmore, on screen. Whether you're out front or not, Cody Gilmore leading his class right now. That's something that he's talked about every time I've spoken to him on or off microphone. I'm constantly learning. Obviously, Cody coming from a pro moto and supercross background, constantly taking notes, finding better ways, even going to track days between rounds to try to find better ways to adapt your style and technique so that you can push these machines as hard as possible.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, talking with Cody and even talking with Ruben, the true professionals of this series, the one thing that I take away each time I talk with those guys is, I mean, obviously Ruben is on top of the game. He's, the fastest out here today. But Ruben is always looking for more speed. Even though he's the fastest out here, he still is searching and wants more speed. He wants to fine-tune this, fine-tune that. They were talking about gearbox changes and gearing changes, being able to make shifts, up or down a little smoother, finding more speed. And I think it's the same with Cody. And that's what sets these guys apart is that, that professionalism and always taking everything as a learning lesson and gaining knowledge from it.
And you guys have both testified to this. It's not necessarily, this isn't the bike, all right? This is more than just a properly set up bike. The aggression that Ruben is riding with right now just doesn't seem to be something that other riders can match. He seems just a little more comfortable, maybe able to lean just a little more into some of these corners, and slowly but surely that's allowing him to etch away from everybody else.
I agree with you. I think Ruben's an athlete. He's a top tier guy. Like I said yesterday, day one, coming to day two, Ruben is just he's a warrior in his head and a warrior on the bike. And I think the mentality comes first. Talking to you guys, it follows with everything else. So Ruben's just talking to himself. I guarantee he's singing some kind of song in his head right now. Breathing. I mean, that's what I would do. Foot out again, looking clean as ever.
I've seen that. I've seen the foot thing. It's funny. I'm going to coin the phrase right now. We got the Ruben factor out here in BRL. I've seen a few of the other racers starting to adapt that. Everybody wants to look like Ruben out there, right? So they're hanging that foot out. I think there's going to be a Ruben factor that kind of sprinkles its way around the paddock here in the BRL.
Well, that's exactly what I was asking, is because obviously, just like you said, Clay, everybody's looking to those top guys. If you're winning, what are you doing that I'm not? And so I think the same thing. You're going to see that Ruben effect really start to trickle its way through a lot of these classes and continue to elevate the sport, because it does look like Ruben's able to push just a little bit more into some of these corners and get it slowed down.
Well, and now we're bringing up Ruben and how smooth and calm he's looking. I mean, as you're looking at the TV, it doesn't look like he's really moving that fast, but really he's cool, calm, and collective right now. As you look at that gap between Sam and Ruben, you can tell that he's gapped away a little bit, and he's just feeling it.
Yeah,
you can't really make this stuff up, because it's a rider to bike combo, and it's 1 and 1 equals 2. Simple mathematics. I was never good at it, but it makes sense now.
Yeah, just looking at the lap times here, it looks like Ruben has a little over a second over Sam right now, so Sam's going to have to find some time. But Cody's running some very respectable lap times out there. Not far off of the pace of Ruben and Sam. Cody obviously running in the Pro Stock class. And I'd love to hear from Cody. Does he look to move up to the GP class next year? Like you said earlier, Clay, I think it would have been awesome to see Cody and Jesse. I think they would have been very close in speed, battling back and forth. Unfortunately, Jesse had some issues and, couldn't get out there on the track. So, but obviously Ruben just doing what Ruben does. He's just checking out. He makes it look easy, smooth, and extremely fast.
Now, as somebody that doesn't have experience on one of these machines, something like, let's just say, taking your leg off headed into one of those corners, is that something that you could see one of these riders trying in a race, or is that something you're going to wait, you're going to practice, maybe take it off a little bit one lap and then a little more and a little more? Because sometimes we're literally watching Ruben drag his foot across the asphalt as he heads into some of these corners.
I think for me, if I was going to try that technique, if I was going to do it in a race, it'd be, at a time where I'm not really in the heat of a battle. If I'm in the heat of a battle against Clay right here and we're battling back and forth, my focus is just on staying out front. I'm not thinking about, hey, let's try this or that. So, obviously, practice day or a track day would be the time to try that technique. But if I'm in the back of the pack and just not really in a battle, I might try it here or there.
No, 100%. And I want to feed off that, Tony, because like you said, if I'm behind you and we're pushing the race pace, and I'm feeling myself, and I know where you're gonna go. Sometimes that stuff happens, and you don't know just because you're pushing, and like you're looking at the lap times from from qualifying to everything else. Everyone breaks a couple seconds just because of race pace.
Yeah, race pace. I mean, I was definitely that way. Some guys can go out and be blistering fast in qualifying. I was always one that, came race time. If I'm chasing somebody down, I was able to find a second or two here and there. I think we all, the adrenaline factor comes into play. If you're in the battle or if you're chasing the guy in front of you, you're going to find some time. You're just going to drive a little deeper into the corner, like you were saying. Get on the, on the gas just a little bit quicker and, find a little bit of time. So see some good battles happening back here. We got Emilio Jimenez coming up.
Behind Eric Reyes.
Yeah, and I think behind him is, Eric Reyes. He's out of the FDR camp. And, Eric riding, he's out here. Got some really cool sponsors, the All-American Riders. They're a nonprofit organization. Veterans helping veterans. We can't ever say enough about those guys, doing the work that needs to be done. Black Widow Creations and Law Tigers. Big shout out there for Eric. So looks like we got Ruben going to make put these guys a lap down. Don't feel too bad because Ruben is on another level, as we see Ruben taking the white flag there.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good shot we're getting from the drone there, just to show Clay, kind of like what you said earlier. He may not look like he's going that fast, but once you see other riders out there and see how much faster he's going than the competition, it kind of puts it in a perspective. He is putting full laps together. Doesn't seem like he's got a weak section of the track or a strong section. Just lap after lap, clicking them off like a Sunday cruise.
I'm telling you, he's a SpaceX of Bagger Racing League right now. That fool's to the moon.
He has got one more lap left to do it here. A little bit longer of a race for this Bagger GP and Pro Stock Bagger class. They're going 8 laps, so you talk about the fitness coming into play. He's fit. He's able to go the distance, and he's about half a lap or so away from continuing the undefeated streak. Going to add another belt to the collection and walk away 4-time winner in 2024. Cement himself in the points lead of that Andrews Products Bagger GP class. And Cody Gilmore looking to do the same. So that was kind of some of our big questions coming out of the first few rounds. Will those top dogs really be able to continue that trend? Will we see anybody else be able to answer the call? And I will say, regardless of whether Ruben closes this lap out and wins or not, this has got to be a positive race for the likes of Sam Guerin.
Yeah, for sure. I think, they've been running some very good lap times today. They're making progress. They're getting faster and faster every time they hit the track. And I see Ruben go a little wide there and hit the dirt. Little celebratory dust. And celebrations for Ruben. Congratulations to him.
Absolutely well-deserved and getting the job done. Going to wave to the fans on the cool-down lap as he gets ready to head down over towards the podium. Like we said, going to do all of the podiums here coming up next. We'll start with our Andrew Products Bagger GP class as well as the Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger class. And then we will work our way through the field to talk to the top 3 from all of our classes. And that is how it's done. Get the work done early, take the checkers, and then it's all just waving to the fans. Here we see the RacerTV.com replay. Ruben and Sam side by side, but man, look at the absolute rocket ship of the 111. He gets the start. And Clay, you know as well as I do, when you get a start like that, it's going to make it hard on everybody else.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I saw Ruben practicing starts on pit row earlier today. Looks like it paid off there.
Without a doubt, practice makes perfect. And unfortunately, Jesse Janish not able to have the day he was hoping for after such a strong performance yesterday. He ran into some problems on that number 9 machine and was not going to be able to make it out.
For sure, and sit back there in third, Cody Gilmore, our winner of the Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger class. He got off to a great start, kind of separated himself for the rest of the pack. I think he was trying to hang in tow with Ruben and Sam there for a little bit. Great ride for Cody, but these guys, they're true professionals. They just did their job, went out there, got the early lead, and walked away from everybody.
Absolutely, and like we said, a huge shout out to Arnie Wells starting from pit row, able to get back out there and try to get in the mix. Carl Schlack doing a great job as well, but this guy, untouchable at the top of the field. Doesn't matter what we throw at him, what the conditions are. He's able to find a way to rise above the rest of the competition. Sam Guerin there you see, keeping him honest, not letting him ride off into the sunset, but not able to close that gap up and show him a wheel, as the 111 brings it home and is going to add another cap to the feather. Cody Gilmore, another rider looking to continue an undefeated streak, as he makes his way through, going to be grabbing the win out of that Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger class. Also going to be looking for his second belt of the season. And Ruben heads a little wide. He kicks up the dust. He tells the fans to get up and make some noise. And the 111 of Ruben Zaus going to grab the win for your Andrews Performance Products Bagger GP class. Cody Gilmore going to grab the win out of the Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger. Well, Clay, we appreciate you joining us up in the booth. We hope the recovery continues going well, and we hope to see you not in the booth and back out on the track by the time we make it out to Willow.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate having me up here. It's cool to see the other side of everything, you know, from the track to up here. So I appreciate you guys, and hopefully the next round at Willow I'll be there.
Back out in the mix. We can't wait to see it. We take a look now at our Pirelli Pro Stock Bagger and Andrews Bagger GP rundown. Ruben Zaus, Sam Guerin, Cody Gilmore, your top three. Tony Salima coming across the line in fourth with Craig Braymiller, your top five. Emilio Jimenez, Eric Reyes, Tyler Elliott, Sean Hoffman, and Joe Sanderson rounding out your top 10 for the final race of the day.